years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're valley-wide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
This year, help dreams come true with the Ideal Idaho 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits, ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, K-12 education, and student loan repayment. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org if you would like to learn more.
We do things differently in Idaho. Sometimes we go east to find west, where muddy trails meet huckleberry smiles.
Stars shine electric, and the wind smells like destiny. Sure, our traffic jams are strange,
And not all our steaks are ribeyes.
but wherever we go, our eyes never leave the road.
Belts strapped and dreams packed.
No distractions, no phones, focused. From here to there, it's who we are.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Raft River High School here in Malta, Idaho. It is IdahoSports.com GameStreams. Welcome in to the GameStreams production of Magic Valley Game Night, presented by Project Filter, Valley-Wide Cooperative, and the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. Additional coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by various sponsors and the power boosters for both of these squads. And these squads, the Grizzlies coming over to visit Raft River Trojans. Grace 1-0 on the season. They got a big win last week against Oakley in a huge blowout. 50-8 was the final. Of course, Raft River, this is week 1. They haven't played yet. They are on the optimistic side, though, with couple players coming back after injuries early in the year last year. They've got more experience and some of those returners, so they're looking for a big season this year. I'm Lauren Jensen alongside Dallin Fryer, bringing you the action here tonight. And a beautiful evening here in Malta. It's a little hazy, though, as it has been across the entire Magic Valley. The fires up near Stanley. In fact, some of the games in the Magic Valley have been canceled for tonight just due to air quality. Out here in, it's a little more wide open out here in Malta, so the smoke blew through, I guess.
Which I'm thankful for.
Yeah. Last night specifically, it smelled like smoke very thick near Twin Falls and Filer in that area. So we're grateful for a little bit of cleaner air tonight. And these boys are thankful as well as they get out onto the field. On a Friday night, sun is going down behind us. As you might hear a little breeze in our microphones. We're up on top of the press box here at Raft River High School, and a great view of a beautiful field. So as I mentioned, Grace comes in 1-0 on the season already. They're looking for a big season this year. They beat a perennial powerhouse, the Oakley Hornets, last week. And, you know, this is a classification game, not a conference game. The only other team in Grace's conference is Butte County, who got a big come-from-behind win against Logos last week. So this is kind of a test for both these squads. Kickoff as Grace is going to receive it, and it rolls out of bounds. That'll draw the procedure penalty, and they'll either take it at the 35 or make them re-kick. My guess is they'll take it at the 35.
And Grace, like we said, put up 50 last week. And, you know, you might see that in this classification often, but you don't typically see the other side, which was an 8, especially associated with Oakley. And so Grace is coming off about as big of a win as you can have to start a season.
And on the other side, Raft River last year, they were averaging about 40 a game, other than the games that they played against Grace and the game against the eventual, who was it that won the other 1A Division state championship? But those two teams held them down to 20. Other than that, they were averaging almost 40. First pass is completed out to the 45. Quick tackle. Completed to number 6, Derek Hill. The quarterback out there for the Grizzlies, that's number 5, Gavin Draper. 2nd and 5 coming up. Of course, the Grace Grizzlies out there in their white unis with the red helmets. Raft River in those royal blue with the white helmets. Rolling left, little option. Pitched out, a lot of running room for big number 15 for Grace. That is Chase Smith. He's one of the big contributors on offense for the Grizzlies. And Chase Smith at 6 foot 210 is a big load for those guys to bring down. First down and 10 from the 46-yard line. We're going to have to listen to the PA because our scoreboards here aren't working. They kind of let us know beforehand, but we got to listen to the PA so they can give us the time. In the first quarter, though, here at Raft River High School, Grace with it. Little spin and counter play going to number 9. It's handed off, and he's tackled after about a 4-yard gain. That is Bryant Moss, the 5'10", 180-pound junior for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, one thing you have just looking at the Grace offense, pretty much everybody is the exact same size all the way across, from running back to quarterback to lineman, all the way across. Everybody is tall and stocky.
Rolling right, little option, gives it off at the last minute to Smith. Smith, great open field tackle. He's tackled just shy of the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and that was Kai Ward. Kai Ward, even just the last name Ward, is very synonymous with success here in the Raft River area, and he's making his mark early, and I wouldn't be surprised if we call his name several more times throughout the evening.
Yeah, great tackle to make it 4th and about 6. The ball's sitting right at the 42-yard line. They've got to get down to the 36-yard line. Back in the gun. Little fake, and now rolling to his left. He's got his man. It's caught. First down and more. Off to the races. Down the left far sideline. Touchdown, Grace. As Derek Hill caught it off the option and beat everybody to the goal line. Grace up 6-0.
Yeah, like you said, the PA announcer is going to have his work cut out for him tonight, doing a little extra work, helping us know the score and the time. But great play by Grace. I mean, they obviously know what their strengths are early, and they've showed us a big array of different plays. They've ran the option, they've passed it, they've gone up the middle, they've gone outside. We're going to see a big look of that throughout the night.
And they go for the 2-point conversion, and they threads the needle. Great pass to number 12. On the catch, Cooper Anderson, the 6-foot junior. And it's just like that, 8-0, Grace on top. Gonna guess we're about 3 minutes in.
Sure. I mean, I guess we could keep a stopwatch, but
9 minutes, 21 seconds left. So yeah,
pretty good guess.
Close, 2.5 minutes. I guess we could, yeah. Maybe I'll do that. I'll pull up my phone and put a little stopwatch on it.
At least a rough estimate.
Yes. So just about 9.5 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. I want to thank a couple of our sponsors here for tonight. AMI Supply provides agricultural and industrial equipment and tools for the Burley area. Their friendly staff will help you find the tools you need for any project, and they guarantee you will be satisfied with their service. Call them today at 208-678-4632 or stop in at 719 Overland Avenue in Burley. Huge thanks to AMI Supply, a longtime sponsor on IdahoSports.com.
Also where my father-in-law works.
All right.
He's worked there for about, I think, 25 years now.
Milwaukee Tools rep.
Oh, Milwaukee
right?
Tools for life.
Not that we're endorsing Milwaukee.
No. We're thanking AMI.
That's right.
For their Milwaukee
right.
tool distribution.
There we go. So Grace takes the early lead. They'll kick off here. Pretty good kick. He's going to drive the return man all the way back to the 2-yard line. And that is number 24. He'll just get across the 15. For Raft River, that is Chase Bowden. And so Raft River, they'll have about 84 yards to go.
Ed, you mentioned it in the pregame. Grace obviously had a great game last week. Raft River coming out of the gates, so we should see a lot of energy from Raft River, this being their first game. They know that they according to the scores last week, they have their work cut out for them today, but I think they're confident coming in.
Tight formation with 2 backs in the backfield. Handoff goes to, I think that's number 33, Kai Ward. He'll pick up a yard. And it'll be 2nd and 9 upcoming from the 18-yard line. Yeah, some excitement around Raft River. They had a rough season last year. I think it was 2-7 they ended up. Of course, didn't make the playoffs. But feel like with the return of a couple injured players, as well as the experience that some of those younger players got last year, having to be called up, they've got a good shot here. Little swing pass out to Kai Ward. He's hit immediately by number 15, Chase Smith, and rode him out of bounds. Very short gain on the play. It's going to be 3rd and a very long 8.
I think out of any high school sport, and even college as well, in the NFL you see it, in football in general, experience you can get on the field at the varsity level or at the highest level makes more difference, I think, than any other sport across the board. It just, once you've seen the highest speed that you play at, you have a lot of chances for success.
Pitch goes to, and a big hit as they both lowered the shoulder. That was Kai Ward taking on number 22 for Grace, Parker Yost. He picks up about 5, but there's still, I'll say 4 yards. It's going to still be 4th and 3. And this is a tough spot. I think you have to punt away here this deep in your own end zone.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a hard count here maybe.
Yeah, try to draw Grace, those 3 defensive linemen off sides. They do spread it out. Nobody back to return for Grace. And he does punt it away. Pretty good punt. Takes a roll all the way down to the 40-yard line. And Grace will take over again on offense there. So 3 and out for Raft River. Man, probably with about 7 minutes left here in the first quarter. Seven minutes, 30 seconds. I'm 30 seconds fast.
You have the first number correct.
I'm always 30 seconds fast. Next time I'll subtract 30 from my guess. Handoff up the middle. Smith barrels forward for about 8 to the 48-yard line, 47 maybe. So they'll give him 7 officially, just at the 47-yard line. 2nd and 3 upcoming for Grace. Still here in the first quarter on Magic Valley game night. About as, I guess technically we're maybe not in the Magic Valley anymore. We did cross some mountains, but fumble as the ball hits the turf. No indication yet, but it looks like Grace got it back. Just a bad snap exchange. I think they might have gained half a foot on the snap.
Well, it looks like the ball wasn't recovered immediately, and I think it kind of squirmed forward about that half a foot, and we saw the right side of the line able to come up with the ball.
So a very small gain on the botched play, and it'll be 3rd and 1.5 here. under center. It's Draper, hands off to Smith. Smith falls forward across the 50. That'll be a first down based on where the official's marking it. And it is on the, on the other side of the 50. 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies. So 6 minutes left here in the quarter. That time I knew I'm right because I listened to the PA. Back in the gun. Pitch out to Smith. We're going to hear that a lot. Smith still on his feet, shedding tacklers, running guys over as he gets all the way down to the 36-yard line. And Smith, not sure what that is he lost, but
I thought it was like a, I cannot tell. I thought it was a glove, but I don't think it's a glove.
Maybe an ear pad or something. I have no idea.
Let's see if he.
Maybe it was his mouth guard.
Maybe. It could have been his mouth guard.
It was red. He took a couple big hits, but he delivered most of the blow on those.
Yeah, regardless, I think he's earned this break on the sideline. I've seen him now drink 3 different water bottles, I think.
So 1st and 10, another first down for the Grizzlies. Raft River trying to find a way to stop this offense, and there's a good stop. They get good penetration and drop the ball carrier in the background, or backfield. Bryant Jensen was the ball carrier. He'll lose about 3.
Yeah, and that was Kai Ward and Ryder Dalton on the stop in the backfield. That's, you see, obviously Chase Smith was not in the ball game right there, but I don't think even Chase Smith would have broke those tackles there. A good surge into the backfield and wrapped him up quickly. So back in the gun is Draper. Here's the count from the white hat. The pitch back to Jensen. Jensen popped at the line of scrimmage and driven out of bounds. Big hit by Kai Ward. Yeah, we said it early. We're going to be saying Kai Ward's name a lot. And, man, he packs a punch on every single hit he administers.
And Jensen will get a break. Smith back in as it's now 3rd and about 13 here in the first quarter. Grace with an early lead, 8-0. They scored on their first drive on a big run after catch from Smith. Or no, it was not Smith, excuse me, it was number 6. Back to pass, Draper looking across downfield's got his man, it's caught at the 10, he breaks free, touchdown, Grace. About the same play they ran before, this time a little deeper downfield. And number 9 caught it, Bryant Moss. So now it's been Moss and Hill who've caught the 2 touchdown passes for the Grizzlies. 14-0 with the 2-point conversion coming up. And right away you can see why these guys put up 50 last week. Little option play, pitches to Smith. Smith's not going to get there. Good wrap up by Kai Ward. And so he drops him short of the 2-point conversion, but it's still 14-0. The Grizzlies on top. We're going to step away for a quick break. This is Magic Valley Game Night here on IdahoSports.com.
Yeah, I know a little something about myths. Like the myth that speeding isn't dangerous. Oh, and that myth you can tailgate at a safe distance. Or that you could safely weave in and out of traffic. Don't be fooled by myths. You'll get yourself into a hairy situation. Stay focused on the road. Be a legend like me. Have you heard the one about Charlie over at Pay Lake?
Welcome back. As Grace has gone up 14-0, you're listening and watching on IdahoSports.com. It's Magic Valley Game Night. A lot of football on IdahoSports.com today as the Rocky Mountain Rumble over in the ICCU Arena Dome?
Dome. ICCU Dome.
ICCU Dome in Pocatello, formerly Holt Arena. There has been 4 games over there today, I believe. They're probably coming up on game number 4 right now. Coeur d'Alene was playing a little earlier at 4 o'clock that I was watching.
And that's a fun atmosphere.
It is.
The Rocky Mountain Rumble.
Low kick, takes a hop off, and then a nice bounce to the back man. On the return, right up the middle and out to about the 33, 34-yard line. So pretty good return there by Raft River here with about 4 minutes left. So Grace, they find themselves in a 2-team conference with Butte County. Of course, Butte County had a big win last week too against a good Logos team. Logos up north, and that, I believe, the White Pine League. I think that's the league they're in. And Raft River here with several teams in their conference. Back to pass. Dumps it over the top, wide open. First down, and then knocked out of bounds. Good catch there. Good pitch and catch to Blake Tracy, the senior for Raft River. I believe that's the first down for Raft River.
And the first pass attempt as well.
So Raft River with the ball, 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Still here in the first quarter, finding themselves down 2 touchdowns. Handoff, Kai Ward. Kai Ward with room to run. It's a sprint down the sideline, and Ward's going to outrun him. Tripped up just a bit. Touchdown, Raft River. Kai Ward with a 55-yard touchdown run.
As if we haven't said enough about Kai Ward yet on the defensive side. On the offensive side, he's finally able to make his mark. Yes, it's only 2 possessions in, but after the first possession, we really didn't see a lot from Raft River. It was just short runs, nothing much there, and Kai showed if you give him a little bit of space, he's going to outrun everybody.
One guy had a shot to try to trip him up, just made him hesitate a bit as they kind of tapped his feet, and he went the last 10 yards in untouched. Spread formation here on the 2-point conversion. Back to pass. Going to cross. They find the man in traffic. It's caught. Number 24 on the catch, Chase Bowden, for the 2-point conversion. And just like that, we're back to a 1-score game. Raft River wastes no time, scores quickly. Still a couple minutes left here in the first. Four minutes left? Is that what I think he said 4? Seems like.
I think it's below that.
But
he just said it again. I
didn't hear it. Raft River has a little 4-man band down here, a little 4-man show. Got a bass guitar, electric guitar, a keyboardist, and a tenor sax down there. They've had some fun songs throughout the evening so far.
This is not your traditional high school band, but to a group of people, this may be a more fun high school band. Also, a really good rendition of the national anthem by the lead guitarist, who I think is playing right now. I love a good guitar solo.
He's playing a little bit of Eye of the Tiger there. So Raft River will kick off here after their 55-yard touchdown run from Kai Ward. About a 65-yard. And that's into a gap. It's trouble over there. Ball's on the turf still, and Raft River says they have it. They kicked to just an open space in the field, and running it down is Chase Bowden, who caught the 2-point conversion. Beautiful kick.
Yeah, and on the first kickoff, they almost tried the same thing coming to the left. They ended up squirting out of bounds. But that's about as good of a kick as you can have.
Yeah, Grace was over there, and almost a little confusion as to whether they had to pick it up or not. And that little hesitation gave Raft River a chance to get it. So now in great field position at the 29-yard line. Handoff to the left side and dropped by Smith on the carry, number 6 for Raft River, Blake Tracy. He still picks up about 7, though, just shy of the 20 at the 21-yard line. 2nd and 3.
Yeah, Raft River, they've gotten some momentum. Momentum, whether you believe it's true or not. In this case, it is.
3 minutes and 40 seconds, according to the PA on the clock. Handoff up, no, just a straight take up the middle. Smith wasn't fooled and dropped for no gain is number 22, McCoy Spencer. So 3rd and 3 now. They tried to spread things out, and Smith stayed home.
Yeah, they call that a QB spy on the defensive side. He wasn't going anywhere that the QB was not.
So 3rd and 3. Good scoring opportunity here. Probably 4-down territory for Raft River. Handed off to Kai Ward. He gets hit as he tries to squirt through. It looked like number 22 for Grace hit him as he went through the hole. Parker Yost. He gains about 1.5 yards, so it's going to be 4th and a short 2. Quickly to the line. Handoff to Kai Ward. He falls forward. I don't know. I don't think he got there.
I don't think he got there either.
The far official on that side has it marked. And just from our vantage point, yeah, it's short, probably by about 0.5 yard. So after they recover the kickoff, they cannot convert and turn it back over to Grace.
Yeah, as hard as Kai Ward runs, both those runs he got tripped up by the shoelaces. And sometimes on those downhill runners, it seems like that's what can bring him down more so than a hard hit coming right at their chest.
So the defense for Grace comes up big. 3:30 left, it sounds like, on the clock. And 4 wideouts right now for Grace. Little fake across the middle. Ooh, that Kai Ward just about tipped that, but falls incomplete. And it'll be 2nd and 10. If you haven't been here to Raft River High School, you're missing out. It's one of those where the trucks and the cars line the fence around the track. People just kind of hang out in the back of their trucks. Obviously, there's stands here too, plenty of people in the stands, but you can just pull up and, I don't know, park style, I guess.
I like it.
Pull out the camp chairs and watch a football game. Little spin again. This one goes to Smith in the inside handoff. He's going to pick up 2. It'll be 3rd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, if the Trojans are able to stop Grace here, this would be really big for their defense because I think that's probably the shortest yards gained on a play so far by Grace. They just haven't really had an answer, and 2 plays in a row, here we are in a 3rd and long.
Though the 3rd and longs is where Grace has scored both their touchdowns, so we'll see if they go to the pass game again. They've been effective downfield. It would be a big stop for Raft River. They do run the little sweep to this near side and cut down. Great tackle by Kai Ward. Got enough of him to throw him off his feet, and that'll bring up 4th and about 4. Almost 5, actually.
I think they respotted it, yeah.
Yeah, they did. Handoff went to Bryant Moss, so the ball's sitting at the 24-yard line. 1:42, I think, on the clock. And they are going to punt this away. Return man sitting just shy of midfield. High snap and nearly blocked. Ball driven back to the 46. Little room to run up the middle and then hit at the 43-yard line. Big tackle by number 41, Bodie Smith. That ball nearly blocked on the punt.
That was a great punt for being under pressure.
Yeah, it was.
He drove the returner back about 4 yards before he really was able to set his feet again.
Minute 10 left here in the first quarter. As Raft River comes to the line of scrimmage, 2 wideouts to the far side and 1 here to the near side, man in the backfield. They're going to hand it off to the man in the backfield, and he gets caught from behind. Handoff went to number 6, Blake Tracy, and he was tackled by number 6, Derek Hill. So 2nd and 9 upcoming. About a minute left here in the first quarter. Clock running.
Are we going to get a countdown from the PA? Did he talk about that?
He didn't say.
Surely we do, right?
Pitch back to Ward, nearly lost it, and then plows forward. Smith tackles him along with big number 62 for Grace. That is Case Williams. Just another short gain, about a yard, and it'll be 3rd and a long 7. About 30 seconds left on the clock. 18 seconds now. That was a quick 12. They'll get another play here. Back to pass. Out into the flat. It's caught, but going to be short of the first down right at the 35. We'll see. We did get the countdown. And that is the end of the quarter. So we got the countdown from the PA. And it'll be 4th and about 2 as they switch ends of the field. That's the end of the second quarter. Here on Magic Valley Game Night, it's the Grace Grizzlies leading 14-8. We'll step away. We'll be back here on IdahoSports.com.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
Welcome back. A little smoke on the water down there from the guitarists. It's more like smoke in the air, but
it's symbolic for sure.
Yeah. So 4th and 2 after the break in the quarter. Fourth and 2 as we start the second quarter here. Flags, offsides as they were able to draw Grace offsides. First down to the 30-yard line.
That was one of those quarter break kind of affected, I think.
And then I think, yeah, Raft River took off early. Number 42 was 6 yards downfield before the ball was snapped.
I think the hard part was they didn't re-huddle, and so they just said same play, and everyone was like, oh, that's what it's going to be on again. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, wait, yeah, it is.
Costa Vida burritos. Who brought those out to Raft River? Handoff to Kai Ward. Kai Ward blowing over a tackler at the 30 and gets back beyond the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 8 coming up now after a gain of 7 there. And they must have drove those in from Burley, I'm assuming.
I was going to say, like, the closest one, I mean, I guess I should say that's where I drove from, so it really isn't that far, but it's
I would assume that's the closest.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Place.
That's a long time. I wonder how many burritos they brought.
Man in motion. Trying to find a seam and gets caught in the backfield and lost everything they regained. Ball carrier at that time was number 10, Ruger Ward. And again, just not a whole lot of room to run there as guys had got into the backfield for Grace. So 3rd and 15. Just underway here in the second quarter. Grace Grizzlies scored on 2 of their possessions in the first quarter, and then Raft River able to get one in as well near the end of the quarter. This time they pitch it out to Ward. He's got one guy to beat. He beats him. Now he's got some room to run. Hit at the 30 and dropped there. Good tackle by Bryant Jensen. So back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th and 10. Probably 4-down territory here.
Yeah, we haven't seen much passing from Raft River. I think they had one completion last possession. I don't know if that would count as a completion in the stats because it was a backwards pass. But obviously a passing situation here on 4th down. We'll get to see what they have drawn up.
I'll put 2 wideouts to each side, just the 3-man front. They go to a little screen. The offensive line read it pretty well. Now can he get to the outside? Big block. Oh, and they're going to get a crackback block.
I wondered.
They got around him. Yeah, it's one of those, they probably just got to let him go. I think the runner had gotten by him, and it's so hard to do now. That was a new rule put in a few years ago where you couldn't come back and hit guys even if you got around the front of them. And that's going to cost them some yardage.
And the hard thing is it's as an offensive player, it's such an exhilarating play to be able to make that crackback block. But I can also see why it's a rule as well.
Yeah, because even though oftentimes they get around in front, it's almost a blind hit because they just come out of nowhere and all of a sudden you're laying on your back and not sure what hit you. So it'll be a 10-yard penalty. So they'll not get the first down. It'll be 4th down back where they started.
And like you said, I think he would have had it. And it's also one of those that you kind of just slide by the guy.
Yeah, just get in their way, right?
Yep.
You don't throw the big hit, just get in the way.
Yep. And if they run into you, they run into you. But
Yep.
when you put your head down and push towards them, the refs are going to get you every time.
Man in motion, back to pass again. Going down the sideline, they got his receiver. It's caught. 1st down and more. Still on his feet, but bulldogged out of bounds at about the 2-yard line. Great play. Pass complete to number 11, Ren Udy. And it's 1st and goal for the Trojans.
Yeah, great catch by Udy there, and then also great effort to nearly get to the end zone.
So 1st and down. Kai Ward's the deep back. He gets the call. He pushes to the end zone. Great push by the offensive line. Touchdown, Kai Ward. And we're all tied up. Oh, and there's the cannon. Jeez. And that looks like a Civil War cannon down there.
I was going to say World War II, but we can go back to Civil War if we need to.
At least World War I. Oh man.
And you could feel that as we're standing on the top of a not massive box.
Yeah.
We could feel every single piece of that.
For the 2-point conversion, they got nowhere as Ward gets tackled back around. It was Kai Ward, back around the 8-yard line. So we're going to stay tied at 14 apiece. But we're all tied up here after Grace took a 2-score lead. Raft River, 2 scores of their own to tie it up. ATC Communications is a family-owned internet and phone company that has served Idaho communities for over 90 years. They're proud supporters of their local schools and want to wish the Raft River boys good luck. Huge thanks to all of our sponsors. Of course, as I mentioned, a lot of football going on around the state and a lot in Pocatello with the Rocky Mountain Rumble happening right now. I'm going to take a quick look and see if our Friday Night Flash is being updated. It is. So Highland in the 6A division in Las Vegas, actually. They defeated Legacy 21-13. Was that in Vegas or were they at? Oh,
well, Legacy.
I'm looking at the wrong date. I'm sorry.
I was going to say,
I
think Legacy did play Pocatello this week, though, correct?
That, I don't know. I'll have to
or
look
maybe
at the
it wasn't Pocatello. I know that they played another. They might have played in the Rumble, or they will be playing in the Rumble tomorrow.
Yeah, of course, more games in the Rocky Mountain Rumble tomorrow. Yeah, I was looking at games from last week. Highland did go and win down there. Kickoff on a nice bounce. Big number 50 knocked down. That's number 50 on the return for Grace. That's Carson Welch. And then Ren Udy, about half his size, with a big hit around the legs, knocks him down.
Chop down the tree from the bottom.
That's right. I am still getting used to the classification changes.
Oh, it gets me every day.
This is actually a 2A matchup, not a 1A. 2A matchup between these two squads.
Well, and especially between 8-man football, that's going to be a mind shift.
Yep. Little option to Smith. Smith upended and dropped. Great tackle by McCoy Spencer. Upend Smith. A yard is all it looks like he got on the carry. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, and how about this Raft River defense? They did not look good on the first two possessions, to say it nicely. They did not look good. And they've really come to life as the offense has started to produce as well.
Another pitch to Smith. Smith runs out of room again down to the 30, where he's good good team tackling there by Raft River. So 3rd and 5 now. I thank AMI Supply and Kelly's Bearing.
8 minutes and 20 seconds left in the second quarter.
Our two power boosters. Bearing and Steel Supply, Kelly's Bearing and Steel Supply in Burley, as well as AMI Supply in Burley. Power boosters for Raft River. Little fake cross the middle, great pitch and catch. Caught by number 6. That is Derek Hill. He went down to get it. Pretty decent coverage, but a better pass. As Ruger Ward not able to get a hand on that ball.
Been really impressed with Gavin Draper at quarterback for Grace tonight. It's been really rare. I honestly can't think of any pass that he's had that has not been in the catchable vicinity of his receivers.
Well, 7 minutes, 52 seconds left here in the first half, and a timeout taken by Grace. Just taking a look here at IdahoSports.com. Of course, a lot of prep casts, some new ones this year, actually. You got the North Idaho and Treasure Valley, Magic Valley, East Idaho. Those have been the traditional ones. Then, of course, you'll have Matt Chat when wrestling comes up. Idaho 8-man football, so there's a specific 8-man football prep cast. That'd be of interest to all you listening right now and watching. And then a couple new things, the Fighting Taters. I think that's out of Boise, out of Ada County. I can't remember who's heading it up. It'll come to me. But new little prep cast, or it's not really a prep cast. They're talking about all things sports over there in the Boise area. And then Yappin' Sports. That's Lance Taylor doing his thing over in Eastern Idaho. A little bit of everything, anything from really sports across the country at all levels, high school, college, and professional. Handoff to Smith. Smith with a hole, picks up about 4 across midfield to the 48-yard line. So some new content on IdahoSports.com. Those are weekly, typically weekly prep casts. They'll recap the week before, talk about upcoming matchups, ones that us quote-unquote experts think are important. Handoff, slips the first tackler, stiff arms the second, picking up a first down after breaking a couple tackles. Good run by number 9, Bryant Moss. Barnes and Udy bring him down eventually, but not until after he picks up a first down out to the 41-yard line.
There's not many things I love in football more than a good stiff arm.
It does make a good highlight reel.
Oh, man. And especially when you really get a good one. I definitely have never had a good one in my life. Not even in the backyard, but
I've been stiff-armed a couple of times. I've never been the one dealing out the stiff arm.
Agreed.
Handoff to to Smith. Smith tripped up. It looked like he had a lot of room to run. He picked up about 12 across the 30 to the 28. Finally tripped up by McCoy Spencer.
And he knew he did too. He clapped his hands together after, knowing if he could have just slipped that one tackle at the very end, he had nothing but daylight ahead of him.
And a great tackle by McCoy Spencer. I actually did not see him. I thought Smith had more room to run, and then he went down on a great tackle from Spencer. Little spin and inside handoff again. This time, great tackle by Kai Ward. Yeah, and Ward hung on and rolled with him twice, and that's going to draw the flag. And you see that, we've seen that at higher levels too, where guys will tackle and then continue to roll with them, like that alligator roll. And that's going to draw a flag just because of a safety issue.
And that's not going to please the Trojan crowd, but like you said, it is a safety issue, and it's another one of those last 3 or 4 years rule changes that in 5 years we'll forget that even wasn't a thing.
Yep.
But for now, it really bothers the traditional football heads.
Well, and you know, just from a fan perspective, a unbiased fan perspective, I look at it and be like, yeah, that's not a football play.
No.
Like, yeah, he took him down as a great tackle, but you don't need to continue to roll with him. Like, and you see that in different sports in different ways, and that's not a football play right there, and that's why it's been ruled unsportsmanlike. But pitch and slipped trying to make the cut. Down goes Bryant Jensen, and that's not, I'm not saying at all by any means that Kai Ward's trying to hurt him or be unsportsmanlike. It's just a higher probability that somebody could get hurt on something that doesn't need to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. I will say, I think Brian Jensen saw Kai Ward coming there right in that moment, and he thought, maybe I'll just go down a little.
Maybe I'll just kind of slip.
Maybe this one I'll kind of take a little. I'll let him take a breather for a play before he takes it out on me.
He's a gamesman. You know when to catch your losses.
That's right.
Back to pass. Nice little play out to number 12. He slips inside the tackler, and now it's a foot race. Touchdown, Grace. Number 12, Cooper Anderson. He dropped back from the line of scrimmage to catch that, made the first man miss, and scored. So a great run after the catch by Anderson. And there's some discussion. Oh, they want to go to the far hash. The quarterback, Draper, immediately telling the official he wants the ball on the left hash for the two-point conversion. They send 3 receivers to the far right side. One here stays on the left, and it's Draper all by himself, and then they bring guys a little closer. Draper Looking. Now he's going to run. He's got open field, 2-point conversion, touchdown-ish.
Conversion good.
Conversion good from Draper. I don't know if that's the design play, but it worked really well. Everybody keyed on the right side of the line, and Draper had the left side of the end zone wide open for a 2-point conversion. 22-14 now, Grace on top. AMI Supply provides agricultural and industrial equipment and tools for the Burley area. Their friendly staff will help you find the tools you need for any project, and they guarantee you will be satisfied with their service. Call them today at 208-678-4632 or stop in at 719 Overland Avenue in Burley. You know, looking back to the west behind us, it reminds me a little bit of the, like, down around St. George, even in Las Vegas. If there was no green out here and you just saw the mountains back there, you might think you were in Vegas. At the mountains you can see there.
Yeah, it's a pretty spot out here. This is the first time I've ever been here, and as I was driving out, I'm a small town Idaho boy, and I can always appreciate a good small town.
Yeah, this has the feels of down from where you're from. You get down to that west side, Preston area, Bear Lake, Montpelier. Kind of has that feel.
Yeah, and even I grew up technically, I guess, in the city of Preston in the inside, but we spent a lot of time on the outskirts. And like you said, on the west side. And so I love just driving through empty fields, basically. A little bit of sprinklers, a little bit of pipe.
Some cows here and there spread out, and here you are in Raft River. Of course, the elementary school, the high school, the junior high, all directly across from us to the east. Kickoff away, and that one drives the return man back to the 10. Find a little seam, makes a man miss. Great move, and then going to be tackled out by the 30. Good little hesitation to pick up about 15 yards.
You know, and I was looking between the last break we had. Both of these teams have several playmakers that are not seniors, and I always love seeing that on rosters because it means that the future is bright for both schools, even with whatever season they're going to have this year as well. Like you said before, there's a lot of experience that can be gained, but I especially love seeing young guys making an impact.
And Kai Ward tripped up after gains about 3. And, you know, it's been interesting the last couple weeks as I've gone through, and I've been adding some rosters and things like that to IdahoSports.com. And it's interesting to see all the young players come in, especially to these smaller programs. They rely on underclassmen, those freshmen, the sophomores rely heavily on those because you only have so many players available. And so you have to step up immediately coming into these programs. Caught for a first down and more. Great catch by number 12. Devin Barnes picks up the first down. You know, you just look, there's 4, 5, 6, 7 freshmen on this Raft River team. There's 3 sophomores, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13 sophomores. Kai Ward on the run picks up another first down out to the 45. So a lot of underclassmen. I mean, half your team is freshmen and sophomores, and that's just the way it is in these 8-man programs.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not going to zoom out on it right now, but there's 4, maybe 5, looks like middle school, maybe even some late elementary water boys for Raft River, and some of these guys are only 2 or 3 years away from maybe making an impact at the high school level. You can see them on the camera right now. I'm sure they've watched their older siblings do the exact same thing, and they're like, okay, well, this is what we do. If we do this, if we put in our extra time, we're already going to the game, so why not be on the field? I love it.
Yeah, and one of those I saw Udi on the back, so a relation, cousin, or sibling, like you said, of a couple of the Udi kids for Raft River. You know, when you look at a few more guys on the sideline for Raft River, a little bit of a larger team numbers-wise than Grace. but not much. You know, they're pretty equal. There's only about 25 guys, maybe 30 on both these teams. And so that you play with who you have. And, of course, Grace had a great season last year. And they're looking to repeat that this year. Up just a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here, 22-14. Some Johnny Cash being played there for a minute during the timeout. Handoff actually just taken by number 22 there. McCoy Spencer took it himself. No gain. 2nd and 10.
And, you know, I'm sure that maybe some of our listeners get tired of hearing the small school talk, but I'm going to keep throwing a few things in. I love small school student sections as well. I feel like the unity in their student sections is way better than bigger schools.
Handoff goes to Kai Ward. He falls forward for about 3 yards. And you're right, because they all see each other every day.
And they have since they were babies.
Yeah, since they step foot into kindergarten, they probably, you know, here and there you have a person move in or move out, but for the most part, it's the same people you grew up with for the past, 15, 18 years. And so, yeah, they know each other. They see each other every day at school. And you know everybody in the school. I mean, even in a 2A school, or a 3A school now that I grew up in, I knew everybody in every grade in my high school.
Yeah.
Taking it himself is Spencer. Falls forward for another yard, but it's going to be 4th and long, 4th and a very long 6.
Well, my day job is teaching at a charter school as well, so I kind of see that small school vibe as well. And it has its weaknesses as well. If there's a problem, it affects a lot of people.
Thrown and caught, but not going to make it for the first down. He ends up short. Well covered by Grace to give up what they had to, but stop him when they needed to. And it'll be a turnover on downs at the 37-yard line. Grace will take over.
Yeah, and after Raft River able to score on consecutive possessions, the Grace defense coming up big after the stop. If they're able to score here, again, we don't know how much time is left right now because our scoreboard isn't working, but I have to imagine half the quarter's spent. And
I think he said 4:38 left here in the first half.
So if Grace can score here, that's a pretty big deficit that Raft River would have to overcome in the second half.
Handoff up the middle to Smith. Smith barreling forward, picks up about 6. Big carry by Chase Smith, 6 foot, 200-pound junior. So they get to see that gentleman play again next year. 2:20 left on the clock.
And I'm sure the coaching staff is excited to have him as long as they can.
Nobody in the backfield this time with Draper down this sideline. Great defense by the defensive back there to turn his head and get his hands on it. Blake Tracy. So it looked like he had been beat by Derek Hill. Tracy stayed right with him, turned his head, and got his hands on that ball.
It was a great throw still.
Yeah.
It's what you want out of your quarterback, but just a better defensive play.
So 3rd and 4, back to pass again. And that ball tipped and knocked down. Number 43 from Raft River got his hands on it. Ethan Felthauser. Fourth and 4.
And we haven't said Felthauser's name, but he does the things on the field that you don't always talk about. Every single play, he's in the backfield on defense. Every single time on offense, he's up in the second level blocking as well.
Yeah, and these, just these 3-man fronts with this 8-man squad on the field, it's kind of one-on-one a lot of the time there, and Felthauser that time got the better of him. Little turn, counter play, knocked down short, no chance. Great job by number 12. Great tackle by Devin Barnes. And they'll turn Grace over on downs. Couldn't tell if that was Barnes or Udy. I thought it was 12. Maybe it was 11.
I think it was 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was Devin Barnes, the senior, making a big stop. 1st and 10. A minute 57 left here in the first half. So Raft River, an opportunity here to even this thing up. Quick pass, caught. First down out across the 30. Clock will stop momentarily. And quick. And the hometown chain crew. Oh, there we go. Now they run it. The chain crew hesitating on the far side.
Waiting until the very last moment.
Back to pass. Caught again. You got to get out of bounds. He does not. Takes a big hit from Smith and is dropped at the 21. And slow to get up is Devin Barnes. He got popped by Smith. I mean, he took a big shot by Chase Smith there. I am not surprised at all that he is still on the turf out there.
Hopefully just a little stinger, but.
Yeah, or maybe knock the wind out of him. It was a big hit. So, injury timeout here. And the French fries. Tell you what, we get treated well here at Raft River High School, as they just brought us up some fries, a burger, popcorn, waters here at halftime.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Thank you. Just a great atmosphere here. They treat us well, and we appreciate that a lot from Raft River High School. A great venue here to work from.
And good French fries, I'll just say.
You were eyeing them on the way in.
I love a good French fry.
You were eyeing them on the way in, and when they asked us if we wanted anything, Dallon's like, yeah, I'll take some fries. That sounds great.
I'd love to petition the French to acquire the fries to just Idaho fries, but.
Yeah, maybe just a good hit on Devin Barnes. Maybe hurt the arm a little bit, knocked the wind out of him a little bit. He's back off the field under his own power, doing all right. So, 2nd and 2. Keeper, Spencer. Spencer on the run. 1st and goal inside the 10. McCoy Spencer saw a big hole. Clock running. A minute 20, lots of time. Handoff to Kai Ward. Kai Ward to the end zone, touchdown. So Raft River wastes no time after the turnover on downs. They score and now just trail by a 2-point conversion as you hear the cannon in the background.
I felt that one pop in my ear.
I don't even know if you can call it the background, actually, is it?
The foreground.
Yeah. This cannon is just outside of the end zone down here to the north of us. So it's only what? I mean, literally 50, 60, well, 65, 70 yards from us.
But it feels like it's 20.
And it's shooting towards the field. Now, obviously, there's nothing shooting out of it, but it is loud. 2-point conversion. Missed both of his intended receivers, so it'll stay 22-20 with about a minute left here in the first half. Minute 16. ATC Communications is a family-owned internet and phone company that has served Idaho communities for over 90 years. They're proud supporters of the local schools and want to wish the Raft River boys good luck. I wonder what he uses in that thing.
I can smell it now.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. I wonder if it's like tannerite or something
yeah,
in there.
I mean, he's pumping right now.
He's filling it full.
I remember in elementary school, we had an assembly where a guy came in and fired a cannon to show us how to do it. Can't remember anything about it other than like anytime a cannon fires now, I get like almost PTSD from that moment. It was cool, but I still feel it every single time. It takes me back to 2nd or 3rd grade, whenever it was.
That's awesome.
That's an Idaho thing.
I guess so.
You don't get that anywhere else.
Yeah, they don't let you fire off cannons in other parts of the country.
No, and not in
elementary
schools.
We had a gunsmith come in and show us how to reload ammunition.
Yep.
3rd grade, it was great.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Kickoff from Raft River. They'll kick deep again to that far sideline, and it's going to get out of bounds for another procedure penalty.
I'm not sure the whistle ever blew. Couple of the players from both sides were still kind of going for about 2 or 3 seconds after the ref had kind of blown, or at least shown the play dead, not necessarily blown the play dead.
They'll take it out to the 35, just a minute or so.
And the way that Grace is able to move the ball downfield, passing the ball, this is a lot of time for them.
Yeah, plenty of time left. I believe they still have at least 2 timeouts. I know they took 1 in the first quarter, so they may have 2 timeouts left as well. Minute 15 officially on the clock. Back to pass, Draper. Ooh, across the middle, no good, and then a big hit put on number 6 there, Kai Ward coming across as Derek Hill took a shot from Ward.
And Hill should almost be grateful he didn't catch that ball because he was able to tuck his head down. And Ward might be grateful too because he might have gotten another 15-yard penalty there for lowering his head. It ended up being kind of good for both sides in the end.
So 2nd and 10, a minute 6 left. Clock stopped on the incomplete pass. Draper. Just that was the only time he's really missed right there. Over the head and outstretched hands of number 9, Bryant Moss. And it's almost because he almost hurried it seemed like a little bit. And he let go of it and sailed a little on him.
And there was a lot of space out there.
So a minute 7, a quick incomplete pass there. 3rd and 10. Back to pass. Going downfield, he's got his man open. It's Smith. Smith catches it, and Ward knocks him down. But a great first down pitch and catch. Down to the 33, 34-yard line. 1st and 10, and now a timeout taken by Grace. They're in scoring position now with just under a minute left to go here. Just under a minute, 59 seconds.
That was your best call yet.
That was, yeah.
And I don't know what winter sports Chase Smith and Kai Ward play, but I would love to see them on the wrestling mats together because I feels like every time either of them hit anybody on either side, it's always with all of their might.
Yes.
And I think that would be a good showdown on the mats as well.
Just looking at him, I'm guessing Chase Smith is probably got 20 pounds on Kai Ward. Yeah. At least 20 pounds, but
and about
right.
3 inches too.
But still, yeah, you're right. Both guys don't hold anything back when they're hitting others or hitting each other. In that case, in this last case, it would be a good matchup. And it looks like Chase Smith is not back on the field for this play, at least. He's right over there with his head coach on the sideline, probably waiting to come in. 3 wideouts, kind of offset here on the near side. 1 on the right. Now man in motion across the formation. Back to pass Draper. Draper going downfield. He's got a man open. It's caught. Touchdown. Touchdown, Grace, to number 10, Bryant Jensen. Draper with about a 32-yard touchdown pass to Bryant Jensen.
It's not always the case that quarterbacks are more accurate the farther they throw the ball down the field, but I think that's Draper.
That was a great pass, right on target, in stride, over the head of the defender. He just dropped it in there perfectly.
And any pass past over 20 yards, I really don't think I've seen him throw a bad ball. Yeah. 2 or 3 underneath throws, but really everything deep. Man, he's got the accuracy deep.
Draper rolling right this time. Has his receiver that time at the feet and a little behind of the intended receiver, Derek Hill. So 2-point conversion, no good. It's still a 2-point or a 1 possession game, basically. A touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Grace takes the lead going into halftime, or at least at this point.
I mean, you never know.
Something could happen. Not about 40 seconds left, I think it sounds like, left here in the first half.
Yeah, you would have thought we weren't going to get a couple scores the way that the second quarter began, and now it's just been score after score after score on both sides.
The sun has gone down behind us, and it's starting to cool off a little bit. I have to run down at halftime, grab my jacket.
I think mine's up here. If not, I'll do the same.
I think I saw you bring it up. I think it's sitting down there where we originally set up. Well, at halftime, we'll step away and thank some of our sponsors, and then come back with talk a little bit about the first half, and maybe take a look at some of the scores from around the state, if any of those have come in. Everybody's has a job tonight on games with the Rocky Mountain Rumble going. I know there's a lot of guys over in eastern Idaho and Pocatello working on those games. There's 4 or 5 guys calling those games and running cameras over there, and then other games across the state as well. This time, Grace kicks it into the dead space over there, and that ball's loose, and I think Raft River got onto it, but they just about had a disastrous turnover there with just under a minute left to go here.
Yeah, Ruger Ward, I don't think knew how close any of the Grace players were, because he looked very content of just like picking it up and then looking where he was going to go, and as he was picking the ball up, his feet were not on the ground anymore.
Yeah, somebody hit him right away. And 46 seconds on the clock. 80 yards to pay dirt for Raft River. Starting 1st and 10 at their own 20. Back to pass, Spencer. Into the gap, it's Kai Ward. He gets hit immediately. Spins away, though, and is still on his feet. Kai Ward, ball came free and ripped. Now the question is, where is he down, or are they going to call it a fumble? And they do call it a fumble. Ward got hit, and then they ripped the ball away from him on the second effort. So now Grace with about 35 seconds left. Now my guess is there's some discussion about whether the whistle blew to blow the play dead.
That's tough, because it was such a tough play by Ward, and he broke, I don't know, 5 tackles on that play. And as he was down, that's really a judgment call, because there were 4 or 5 bodies around him as he was going to the ground. And they decided to keep it.
Yeah, they changed the call. And the near side official now has to go over and explain it to Grace's head coach, who's not happy about that. They're going to discuss that it was a forward progress had stopped. The whistle had blown prior to the ball coming free.
And I think that's great. They weren't afraid to make the change, because sometimes you don't see that in sports, where refs are, this is what my call was and this is how it's going to be. But I love that the crew got together and made the right call.
So back to pass is Spencer. They'll really be mad if they end up scoring on this. But that one goes incomplete over the head of everyone. It was intended to Ren Udy. So 3rd and 5 now, 30 seconds left.
30 seconds left in the second quarter.
The lights are on, have been pretty much from the time we got here. Spencer takes it on a straight keeper. He's going to pick up the first down and gets popped. But he does get the first down. Timeout taken, I believe. First down. Well, no timeout yet. They're going to take it. So timeout called by Raft River. First down at the 30-yard line. Spencer got just enough.
All right, the time is 22 seconds. That play gave the
Remember, 20 seconds left here. Remember, Magic Valley Game Nights presented by Project Filter, Valley-Wide Cooperative, and the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. We're live here tonight from Raft River High School in Malta, Idaho, where the Grace Grizzlies have come over from Grace, Idaho, taking on the Raft River Trojans here in it's a out-of-conference matchup, non-conference matchup, but both in the same classification and then new 2A classification. So, and again, with the Max Preps rankings in play over the last couple of years, every game counts. And with the big blowout that Grace had last week, you know, for Raft River, if they come in here and can get away with a win here at home, that would definitely help their rankings.
Well, and especially if Oakley ends up bouncing back and having a decent season, a win like this could be huge for the resume.
Well, and even if Grace, you know, if that does happen in that situation and Grace continues to win out, you know, that makes Raft River look fantastic.
Absolutely.
So a lot of things hinge on every game. The non-conference stuff really important like it hasn't been in years past. Kai Ward makes a little inside move. He's still on his feet out near midfield, but we've got a flag back at the 29-yard line and an injured Grizzly player. It's got to be holding, and it is. Holding against Raft River back at the 29. So a big run from Kai Ward will get negated. In a long last couple minutes of this half.
Yeah. I'm always happy for scores, but when it gets to this point in the half and it's penalties, that's really it's tough on both sides too, because you're amped going into the half and then it kind of slows you down completely on both sides. Like even for Grace right now in this situation, obviously you don't want them to get a run to the 50 there, but at the same time you'd rather just get a stop than have to march back and forth over and over again.
Yeah, 15 seconds on the clock. Pitch back to number 10 there. Ooh, and he got popped. Flag comes in. 8 seconds left on the clock. A flag came in from the umpire, it looked like. Ruger Ward had somebody on his feet, like on his legs, tackling him. And then a personal foul, helmet-to-helmet contact. Goes against Grace, and that was that second guy coming through. Hit a big hit on Ruger Ward. So 15 yards, clock stopped again. You know, and that's the other thing in eight-man football, because you have so many scores and possession changes, the games do end up being pretty long.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of, even if you have a heavy run team, if they score a lot, clock just doesn't, it stops a lot. Back to pass, Spencer across the middle, Ward catches it. A little flip to the, and it was dropped. He had room to run too. Kai Ward caught it, flipped it to number 6, Blake Tracy. Blake Tracy had some open field in front of him and he dropped it.
Yeah, he got a little eager there. And then I think after, you know, you don't see many hook and ladders very often. And I think he didn't really think of, okay, I need to jump on this fumble now. It was more of an incomplete pass, and hopefully it doesn't come back to bite them here on these last play.
2 seconds. The coach imploring Raft River, the secondary, to kind of back off a little bit. You don't want to give up a score here with 2 seconds left. You can't just give them all the time in the world, but Draper back to pass. Now Draper looking for somewhere to go. Across the middle. Oh, big hit and a catch. And who else but Kai Ward just popping the receiver, number 12, Cooper Anderson. And Kai Ward, as he goes off the field, a huge hit on Anderson. That'll be halftime. A 12-minute halftime and a 3-minute warm-up. We're going to step away. We'll take that halftime break as well. This is Magic Valley Game Night here on IdahoSports.com.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that. and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
This year, help dreams come true with the Ideal Idaho 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits, ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, K-12 education, and student loan repayment. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org if you would like to learn more.
We do things differently in Idaho. Sometimes we go east to find west, where muddy trails meet huckleberry smiles.
Stars shine electric, and the wind smells like destiny. Sure, our traffic jams are strange, and not all our steaks are ribeyes. But wherever we go, our eyes never leave the road. Belts strapped and dreams packed, no distractions, no phones, focused. From here to there, it's who we are.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
This year, help dreams come true with the Ideal Idaho 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits, ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, K-12 education, and student loan repayment. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org if you would like to learn more.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
Welcome to What If Idaho, the home of 1,000 paths for those that embrace possibility. There's no better place to be if you're looking for that next career, or just exploring. Life is a wide open door, no matter your age. Here at Next Steps Idaho, you can research careers and training options that work for you, and start a dashboard to keep your plans moving forward, so you can route your path from what if to what is at nextsteps.idaho.gov.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
This year, help dreams come true with the Ideal Idaho 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits, ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, K-12 education, and student loan repayment. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org if you would like to learn more.
We do things differently in Idaho. Sometimes we go east to find west, where muddy trails meet huckleberry smiles.
Stars shine electric, and the wind smells like destiny. Sure, our traffic jams are strange, and not all our steaks are ribeyes. But wherever we go, our eyes never leave the road. Belts strapped and dreams packed, no distractions, no phones, focused. From here to there, it's who we are.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Welcome back. We're at halftime here. About 3 minutes left in the halftime. We had a little 80s tribute dance at halftime from the Raft River dance team. A little bit of a guitar concert going down there during halftime too. Kind of fun for a fun atmosphere here tonight on a Friday night. Of course, you've always got those kids you mentioned down there, the water boys down there throwing the ball back and forth during halftime. And Raft River's back on the field. Grace coming onto the field right now from over their halftime locker room was their bus, looked like over there.
Yeah, it's not a – Raft Rivers is right underneath us, basically.
Yeah.
And Grace had a little bit more of a jaunt to take.
So both teams back out on the field in a game that's, it's just one score. It's 28-20. The started off, Raft River scored two quick scores, really, in the first half, go up 14-0. One of their two-point conversions failed. And then, Grace did. Then Raft River comes right back. They have two scores of their own. They tie it up at 20. Or tied it up, and then Grace scored again. Raft River back within two at 22-20, and then Grace tacks on a late touchdown to make it 28-20 at half. It's really anybody's ball game here going into the second half.
Yeah, and both teams have made a few mistakes that I think could have swung the game more in their favor. Had a couple fumbles on both sides of the ball, a couple, I'm not going to say dumb penalties necessarily, but a couple big penalties that have come back on big plays from both sides. Grace getting tagged with I think just one 15-yard penalty, and Raft River with a couple in this game.
Yeah, nothing, and coming over here today, as I was driving over, it was about an hour and 20, hour and 30 for me.
An hour and 45 if you count the traffic.
Yeah. I took the road less traveled, though, up through
Smart.
Went out through Murtaugh and out that way. But it was still, I ended up behind a bunch of farm equipment, which really slowed me down, plus all the trucks, so less vehicles, just slower moving. But anyways, on the way over, just thinking, if I had to put money on this game, just based on last week's results, I would have definitely picked Grace to win this thing, and they still could. But to have Raft River just within one score here at halftime, they've done a great job, and they've looked good. You know, they've been able to make some stops on defense. Their offense has been respectable, and they're right in this thing.
Well, we talked about it early on in the game that Raft River hasn't played a game yet. Grace has already played a game, and you see this. We saw it in week 0 last week in our with Minico and Skyview. It takes a little while for the offense to catch up, it feels like, in their first couple possessions. The defense and the intensity is always going to be there, but the little details of perfecting plays and chunk plays, good blocking, executing just little things on offense, it takes a couple possessions to work out, kind of, and that's what happened with Raft River. Since that first those first 2 scores by Grace, it's just been, I mean, Raft River's been just as in control as Grace has.
Yeah, it's been kind of back and forth. It looked like it was going to be Grace early, and then Raft River came charging right back. You know, just taking a look at the broadcast schedule, we've got 7 games on tonight. 4 of those, of course, at the Rocky Mountain, or maybe 3 of those, I guess, at the Rocky Mountain Rumble at 1, 4, and 7. Then, of course, Burley and Century are playing. Of course, we have this game. Nampa and Middleton are playing on IdahoSports.com, and then there is a Kimberly versus Sutter Union. That game, that must be at the Rocky Mountain Rumble as well. Oh, I missed the Bear Lake the Bear Lake North Fremont game. That's a good game.
Which should be a good game, yeah.
Bear Lake going up a division, so they're up in 4A now. North Fremont 3A, but North Fremont with a new head coach this year. Coach Ben Lenz hung up the head coach duties as the head football coach after many years.
Yeah, a great run.
Yeah, and stepped away, and they've got a new head coach up there, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes this season. North Fremont over the last several years has been one of the powerhouses in 2A, formerly 2A. And here we go. As the third quarter's underway, takes a bounce, little trouble, and then nailed because of it. Number 24, that's Chase Bowden, had a little trouble picking it up and then got hit.
Yeah, that's 2 kickoffs in a row that Raft River's return men have not been expecting impact, and it has come in a big way.
So just underway here in the third quarter. Raft River will have the ball to start. They got to start at about their own 17-yard line. 1st and 10. Back to pass. Spencer over the top, caught, great catch. And good tackle. Caught by number 6. That's Blake Tracy from Spencer. First down out to the 28-yard line.
Yeah, and a good open field tackle as well by Bryant Moss. And those play action passes, especially where Raft River has been running the ball so much in this game, it can really fool a defense. So even though it's a first down, way to stop the big play by Moss.
Little pump and incomplete. So that ball was high a little bit for Bowden. Had it hit him in the hands, he just couldn't pull it in. And it falls incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 28-yard line.
One thing I love about high school football is at this time of the year is that the end of the first half is always right when it's starting to kind of get dark, and then the second half is always, it's as if it's been night for 2 hours.
Yeah. Handoff up the middle. Kai Ward slipping some tackles and then driven out of bounds finally, but a big pickup. He got about 14, 15 yards out to the 42-yard line. 1st and 10 again for the Trojans. You know, and both these teams have a great job on offense mixing in the pass with the run. I mean, they both got great running backs. Kai Ward, you've got Chase Smith for Grace, and then you have 2 quarterbacks that can hit open receivers and move the ball down the field. They're very balanced, both teams.
Which a lot of time that's all you need a quarterback to do.
And they drew it, and they're going to call, offsides. Center did flinch eventually, but they were already well over the ball on the hard count. So 5 yards on the penalty. It'll bring up 1st and 5. The ball's out at the 47-yard line now. Spencer. Handoff. That goes to number 6. He gets out just shy of midfield. That went to Blake Tracy. Ruger Ward and Kai Ward back into the ball game. 2nd and 3 now. Ball right at midfield. Under center. Spencer hands it off to Ruger, and Ruger gonna lose half a yard. They tried a little misdirection, and Ruger Ward got caught. So 3rd now and 3. They've got to get to Grace's 48 to pick up a 1st down. Just underway here in the 3rd quarter here in Malta at Raft River High School. Handoff, Kai Ward. No, excuse me, that's number 24. He picks up the 1st down. Chase Bowden with the carry that time. And they absolutely got the 1st down. They had to get to the 48, got to the 47. And it's 1st and 10 for Raft River. The ground game coming alive a little bit here for Raft River.
And maybe a halftime adjustment.
They go under center again. We didn't see that too much from Spencer in the 1st half, and now the question is here, who jumped first? And I'm going to say that that was going to go against Grace again.
I'm not sure the official nearest to us even saw the Raft River lineman jump. And so he kind of put his head down like, yeah, that was obviously offsides, but now they're having a conference about it because both sides saw both.
Yeah, and Grace definitely jumped into that space, and then there was movement from the Raft River sideline, or from their offensive line.
Which the Raft River offensive lineman could have been reacting. That they teach them when you see a guy jump, just go forward.
Pitch to Ruger Ward. He's got some blockers out front. You're going to have a holding penalty go against number 12, Devin Barnes. Barnes got tied up earlier a couple plays ago with a defenseman over on this side, and that Grace was looking for a holding penalty there. This time going the other way, Barnes does get the flag.
Yeah, and he's consulting with the official now, and I have a feeling he's saying, we got you this time. And the hard part is that it is a good block for about 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But then it turns into 2 seconds too long.
Yeah, at some point, you can kind of hold on a little bit, but at some point you can't just keep your hands on them unless you're open and it's obvious that you're not holding them. So 1st and about 15 now after the 10-yard penalty. Straight keep from Spencer. He picks up about 3, maybe 4. I will say 3. So it's going to be 2nd and 12. Thanks for joining us on Magic Valley Game Night. I want to thank AMI Supply and ATC Communications, 2 sponsors for tonight. And Kelly Bearing and Steel Supply out of Burley, one of our power boosters, along with AMI Supply. Back to pass, across the middle low, as there was some pressure right in the face of McCoy Spencer that time. So 3rd down now and 12. 3rd and 12. 28-20, our score. 8 minutes, 30 seconds left in the third. Thanks for bearing with us on the time. There is no scoreboard working here tonight, so the PA has the clock down there with them. Spencer back to pass, plenty of time. Now he's going to take off and run, and he's not going to get the first down, driven out of bounds at the 41-yard line. But fourth and very manageable here. A 4th and 3, a long 3 here. We'll see what Raft River opts to do.
After that tackle, we're looking at a 4th down and 4 for the Trojans. Ball is on the Grizzly 41-yard.
4th and 4. We'll see what Raft River has in store. And for a situation like this, it's Kai Ward. They're in an I formation. Kai Ward, the deep back. And back to pass. Let's go, but it's caught. First down. Great play as Spencer had people in his face, flipped it over the top to his receiver, Blake Tracy, and a first down.
Yeah, that's one of those that gets the crowd going into it as well. So love to see them keep going on this drive.
Handoff, Kai Ward. He gets to the outside. It's a foot race again. Kai Ward on the move. Touchdown, Raft River. A lot of open grass on the right side of that line, and Kai Ward in for another touchdown. And the cannon. 28-26. 2-point conversion coming up here from Raft River. And initially it looked like that run was set up for Kai Ward right up the middle. He saw it was plugged up, and he bounced it to the outside for a touchdown.
And twice we've seen him do that throughout the evening.
About a 26-yard touchdown. Spencer rolling right, looking for his receiver at the front pylon. Conversion is good. And that is Devin Barnes, and we're all tied up. 28-28 here. About 7 minutes left here in the third quarter. 8 minutes, 12 seconds, I think is what he said on the clock.
And the smell of the cannon is resonating throughout the stadium once again.
Yeah, the breeze, which we had a little earlier, has kind of died, and now everything is just kind of sitting in the air. A little smell of victory here for Raft River as they've tied this thing up. About 4 minutes into the third quarter. Again, Grace got out to an early 2-score lead. Raft River fought back. They kind of traded scores, and now Raft River has tied this thing back up. They've never led in this ball game, but all tied up again. 8 minutes, 12 seconds left. And kicking off, it'll be Ruger Ward for Raft River. And a spinning kick off the side of his foot, gets out of bounds over there near the 25-yard line. Procedure penalty will fly. You know, that's what, 3-4 times we've had procedure penalties on kickoffs?
I was just about to say that. It's and obviously with the open space in 8-man football, they're trying to get it to a spot which we've seen successfully done on, I think, both sides of the ball tonight, where both sides have been able to recover their own kick. But that's the risk of it, I guess. I guess you just kind of take what you get with the 35-yard line.
Well, and you almost wonder if that's not a bad deal with as much open space as there is for a good runner. You know, you either give yourself a shot to get the ball or give them to him at the 35. Handoff up the middle. Chase Smith, lots of room to run. finally knocked down. The first man to kind of trip him up was number 22, McCoy Spencer. And then Blake Tracy finished him off, but a big run out to the 49-yard line. 14-yard pickup for Chase Smith. First and 10 for the Grizzlies. Good opening play for them. Handoff again to Chase Smith. More room up the middle. Finally knocked down again, that time by McCoy Spencer. So another 11 yards tacked on for Chase Smith. First and 10 now from the 40. And we'll see if they're going to hand it off to Smith a third time in the row here. They very well may. Just keep giving him to him until they can stop him. And they do hand it off to Smith. He bounces out to the right side. This time picks up about 5, maybe 4. 2nd and 6 coming up.
I will say, I think the Grace players, especially Draper, they knew exactly which play it was. The way that they determine which play it is on the sidelines, all of them have a wristband on their wrist, and there's numbers being held up on the side. He didn't even have to look. He knew exactly which play it was that they were running.
Handoff to Smith up the middle. Going to be shy of the first down by about a yard. This drive started at the 35. So about 34 yards of offense, all from Chase Smith, all on the ground here.
And he gets a spell here. Gets a little break, much deserved.
So 3rd and 2. The option taken by Draper. Draper still on his feet, finally dropped at the 22-yard line. First down, just outside the red zone for Grace.
And first time we've seen Draper keep it on the option.
Yeah, the defender had got out there on the pitch man, and so there was no option that way for Draper. He did a good job of running the football, found a couple seams, and picked up another first down. Yeah, the numbers over on the far side, there's 2 players over there that have numbers 0 through 4 on one set, and then I guess it's 0 through 4 on both sets. And they hold their hand next to their corresponding number for the play. Chase Smith with the carry, back in, breaks a tackle, still carrying defenders, near another first down on the carry.
And I'm sure one of them is the hot play and one of them is the not real play, I guess. And I don't know how that's determined, but I can imagine those guys holding the sign, their shoulders might be a little sore by the end of the night. They're doing their job.
Lats and traps are doing great today.
That's right.
Handoff, Chase Smith, first down and more. Barreling, holding on for dear life is Spencer. And he picks up another first down inside the 5, 1st and goal to the 3. You know, and that's one thing, I didn't play football in high school. And so, and I don't, all the stuff that goes on the sidelines with the pictures and how those play calls work, that's something that is completely foreign to me. I see the pictures, I'm like, oh, that's a nice picture of a guy I know, but it doesn't mean anything. Draper on the run, cuts inside, touchdown, Grace. Gavin Draper, his first touchdown run of the evening, and Grace answers right back with a nice touchdown drive.
And this 2-point conversion could be huge for the outcome of this ball game because it's been a while since the game was tied up prior to this touchdown, just barely. And if they're able to not convert here, Raft River scores, they could take their first lead.
Chase Smith with the handoff. 2-point conversion is good. So Grace doesn't even want to think about Raft River taking a lead, and they put them up 8. 36-28. 4 minutes, 46 seconds left here in the third quarter. Want to thank AMI Supply, providing agricultural and industrial equipment and tools for the Burley area. Their friendly staff will help you find the tools you need for any project, and they guarantee you'll be satisfied with their service. Call them at 208-678-4632 or stop in at 719 Overland Avenue in Burley. And ATC Communications is a family-owned internet and phone company that has served Idaho communities for over 90 years. Some people might not even know they had phone lines that long ago. Proud supporters of their local schools and want to wish the Raft River boys good luck tonight.
Yeah, that's a true family company because
yeah,
they were not pioneers, but very early.
Very early in the phone game out here in in this southern Idaho region.
I'd like to know what the founders of ATC Communications would think of what telephone is now.
Yeah.
Or what we're doing right now even. Just the difference that technology has made over the years.
And of course, ATC Communications brought a lot of fiber and internet access to rural communities in southern Idaho, here and over in the southeast Idaho locations. Ball taken by Ruger Ward at the 15. Ruger up the middle. Ruger almost broke free. One man holding on to him was number 7, I think. Number 6 and number 7 for Grace. That was Derek Hill and Brett Hobbs. Otherwise, Ruger Ward might be doing a little dance in the end zone.
And I've been waiting for him to break loose. It feels like every single kick return that he's been able to actually catch the ball and not have to chase after it, he is lethally ready to, like you said, dance around in the end zone.
Low snap at the feet. Spencer picks it up. He's in trouble. Just underhands it to Kai Ward. Kai Ward on the run. Kai Ward to the 30, the 20, the 10, touchdown. Talk about a highlight reel there from Spencer to Kai Ward. Who does that remind you of?
Might look like a little Patrick Mahomes.
That's right. Little Patrick Mahomes there, channeling his inner Mahomes.
Wow.
McCoy Spencer with the underhand pitch to Kai Ward, and Kai Ward made a couple guys miss and scored.
Yeah, they call those broken plays, and sometimes they turn out horribly,
Yes.
and sometimes they turn out just like that.
Now for the 2-point conversion. Man in motion. Spencer looking for somebody. Across the middle, it's caught. 2-point conversion's good, and we're tied again. That one to number 10, Ruger Ward. Well, I'll tell you what. McCoy Spencer, the junior quarterback, he's done about everything he could tonight to keep his team in the game, and that play kind of summed it all up.
Yeah, and really we didn't see hardly any passing from him early on in the game. And, I mean, obviously that wasn't a true pass, but it counts as a touchdown pass in the stat column. And man, I've been impressed with him. I mean, he's made a couple touchdown-saving tackles on defense as well, which, I mean, still ended up being a touchdown when all was said and done. But he extends plays on both sides of the ball, obviously, and he's a true gamer.
Yeah, that underhand, it barely went forward. It was like maybe 1 yard ahead to Kai Ward, and then Ward did the rest on the ground. But a great play by McCoy Spencer just to get that ball to Ward.
That's one of those that you want to submit to Sports Center and show off as much as you can.
So a broken play turns into a tie ball game. 36 apiece, as I need to put up our 2-point conversion there. 4:22 still left in the third. A lot of time left in this ball game. Over 16 minutes left of game clock. There goes Ruger Ward again. This one, just a high one that hits the turf and popped immediately. Nowhere to go. Great height on that ball. Good coverage by Raft River. Brett Hobbs did a good job of catching it and holding on to it as he took a big hit. So a little momentum shift back over to this sideline for Raft River.
Yeah, at this rate, it could just come down to which defense can get a stop. Both offenses are clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, both teams, of course, Raft River right at their average scoring from last year. Grace got to be right there as well. Handoff, Chase Smith. Chase Smith gets hit in the backfield, falls forward for about half a yard. 2nd and almost 10. Number 42 in on the hit for Raft River, Kaylor Hansen, senior. And those 3 guys on the defensive line, really both lines have done a great job on both sides of the ball. The offensive and defensive lines for Grace and Raft River have been stellar. Handoff, Chase Smith. Chase cut down. That time stepping up in the hole, number 12, Devin Barnes, the initial hit.
Yeah, and as tired as on the surface as we see the skill players would be, I can imagine playing both sides in this type of game would just be so exhausting. So really, like you said, kudos to the linemen on both sides of the ball. They don't get the credit they deserve very often verbally, but they absolutely have earned it tonight.
Great pass and a great open field tackle out there by Spencer again. McCoy Spencer on the defensive side this time. Took down the receiver. I think that's Cooper Anderson who made the catch. 4th and 3. What's Grace going to do here?
And we've only seen 1 punt from Grace tonight. And they do have a specific punter. It's not just a quarterback kick, who's not on the field right now.
And it looks like maybe a hard count. No, they're going to go for it. They hand it off right to Smith. Smith barrels forward, first down, across the 40 to the 41. If you're going to go for it, you might as well hand it off to Chase Smith.
Yeah, I don't think they were too worried going into that play.
No trickery on that play. It was just a straight handoff to the running back, Chase Smith. Picked up 3. He only needed 2. 2:25 left in the third. Clock running. 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. Grace on their own 41. Smith goes out into motion, out of the backfield. Now looking downfield, lots of time. Now he gets rid of it. Receiver open, knocked away last minute. Great defensive play once again from number 6, Blake Tracy. That's twice he's knocked balls free, made good plays down deep into their own territory. And again, a great throw. All the way down on target to his man. Just Tracy made a better play and knocked it away.
Yeah, Draper had all day to throw back there. All day to throw.
Draper turns, hands it off to Smith. Smith, open room to run. Plowing forward right at the sticks. I think he's going to be just shy as he got stood up about a half-yard short. It'll be 3rd and very short. Just across the 50-yard line.
Yeah, McCoy Spencer got popped on that, but he still hung on to Smith's foot for as long as he could until reinforcements came to finish him off.
Handoff again to Smith. Smith hit in the backfield, but he able to lunge forward. And Smith cramping. Immediately a teammate stretching out that left leg. And an official's timeout with the injury, but it looks like just a teammate stretching Smith out down there. You don't have all the physical trainers and the physical therapists running out on the field in these 8-man games.
Not as often.
You got to do it all yourself out there.
Oh, and he's hopping off a little bit. That's not a great sign for Grace, but hopefully nothing too serious. Might have rolled his ankle a little bit, possibly.
Could be. Either that or he's still cramping. Again, teammates, as soon as he gets over there, the teammate's stretching out that left leg as soon as he goes to his back.
Yeah, literally the entire sideline of Grace trying to help out their superstar. And I don't blame him. I'm right there with him.
Like, we got to get you back into the game, man. Let's stretch that thing out.
Yep.
So, without Smith on the field, it's 1st and 10. He did pick up the first down. Rolling. Downfield, Draper. Incomplete. It was a little behind the intended receiver. Still probably catchable. Would have been a great catch. It falls incomplete. Intended for Derek Hill. Hill's been one of the favorite targets for Draper. Gavin Draper, 6 foot, 170-pound junior. He'll be back again next year along with Smith. Second and 10 now. That ball looks like it got spotted well behind the actual line of scrimmage to me.
Mm-hmm.
Little option pitch. One blocker in front, finds a little seam and goes forward for about 6 yards. Nice run by number 9, Bryant Moss, another junior on this Grace squad. Chewing up a lot of clock on this drive are the Grizzlies. Thanks for joining us on Magic Valley Game Night. A great night here at Raft River High School. It's dark pretty much all around us. Handoff again, first down, no, maybe just shy. Moss again, the carrier. He got stood up just over the 40. Bryant Moss, now he's cramping, it looked like. But he's back up and all right. 4th and 1.
Yeah, and this would typically be, the ball would be going to Chase Smith, but with him hopefully just cramping on the sideline, we'll see where the Grizzlies will turn.
You know, and this might be a shot for Draper to use the option. I think we're going to have a timeout here from Grace. Oh, that's the end of the quarter, excuse me. No clock. It looked like they were walking over to have a timeout. It's the end of the quarter. So the ball flip ends. It'll move about 20 yards. And it'll be 4th and a yard for the Grace Grizzlies. We're going to step away. We'll be back. That's Magic Valley Game Night here on IdahoSports.com.
We do things differently in Idaho. Sometimes we go east to find west, where muddy trails meet huckleberry smiles.
Stars shine electric, and the wind smells like destiny. Sure, our traffic jams are strange, and not all our steaks are ribeyes. But wherever we go, our eyes never leave the road. Belts strapped and dreams packed, no distractions, no phones, focused. From here to there, it's who we are.
Welcome back. It's the 4th quarter here at Raft River High School in Malta. Magic Valley Game Night on IdahoSports.com. We've got a good one. Tied up 36-36 headed into the 4th quarter. And it's 4th and 1. Coming up for the Grace Grizzlies. Chase Smith went out about 3 plays ago. Hopped off the field favoring his left leg. It looked like maybe just cramps, but he hasn't returned. So it's Draper in the gun. He's got a man behind him. Straight handoff up the middle. He got cut down in the backfield, and they don't get there. Raft River's defense comes up big. Peterson, I believe the one. Jesse Peterson, one of those defensive linemen, got into the backfield, tripped him up, and his teammates finished him off. A big stop by Raft River.
And that could be the turning point in the game. Like we said, Raft River has not led this entire game. They've been tied several times. They have not led in this ballgame. If they can score in this possession, they will take the lead for the first time tonight.
Spencer on a straight keeper, room to run, hit up, and they're trying to rip that ball from him, and there the play is blown dead. He picked up 7 or so. Maybe 8, actually, out to the 49-yard line. So nice run from McCoy Spencer. I keep looking across the way to see if I can see Smith up and moving on the far sideline.
I believe it looks like it's got to be one of the coaches is rubbing out his calf right now. So like you said, it must be a cramp. Those are hard to come by. Like, it is hard to beat a cramp.
Again, Spencer on a keeper. And he gets a first down to the 43-yard line before he's drugged back. So another big first down, and right now, Raft River, another player down for Grace with a cramp, now back up on his feet. That's number 50.
And I think he cramped a little bit earlier as well.
Yeah, the number 50 for Grace, that's Carson Welch. He's been a big part of this defensive line for the Grizzlies. All tied, 1st and 10, I formation, Spencer under center. Turns, hands it, no. Play action. Throws off the back foot, he's got it, man open, just let him too far. Good effort by number 12, Devin Barnes. And again, Spencer had to throw that off the back foot because he had a man coming in his face, getting after him. That probably threw his aim off just a little.
Yeah, and that could have been 6 right there for him.
About 25 yards on that throw from Spencer off his back foot. Pretty nice throw. Handoff, Kai Ward. We haven't said that too much. Now Kai Ward just barreling over people. Big first down, or big run for a first down. Tell you what, Kai Ward just runs like he doesn't care what's in front of him.
No.
He could put a brick wall in there, he'd still try to run through it.
Yeah, he is the running back that you see in football movies that are absolutely obliterating people as they pass.
Handoff again to Kai Ward, that time hit in the backfield and knocked down. Good job defensively by Grace there. Hit him low, number 52. That was Carson Reeves that time, and that's where you got to get Kai Ward. Same way with Smith in the game. You've got to hit him low around the legs to stop him.
Yeah, as they lower their shoulder, I wouldn't want to be hit by it, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, you got to get lower than they are. Otherwise, you're going to take the wrong end of that hit. Back to pass. Man open, but he left it short. I don't know if it got tipped or if he just left it short. It was intended for Chase Bowden. Now it's 3rd down and 10.
And I will say, I do see Chase Smith over there on the Grace sideline finally walking around. He doesn't have his helmet on quite yet, but he is walking around, and I don't see any type of limp. So assuming that it was just a cramp, I wouldn't be surprised to see him back in the ballgame very soon.
Yeah, especially this next offensive possession. The hard part is, as soon as he makes a quick movement, will that cramp return? Handoff, Kai Ward. Kai Ward tripped up, but not enough. Kai Ward, touchdown on 3rd and 10 from the 31. He goes for 31 yards for a touchdown, and the cannon's going off.
You know, it's not as loud of a cannon if you actually are able to see the cannon. They have not scored in that end zone very often throughout this ball game. But absolutely electric. Kai Ward, what is that, 4 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns on the night for him, and he's put his heart out on the line. I think he actually might be cramping a little bit as well. I've seen him walk over to the sideline. I saw him drink from a cup at halftime that was brought to him. Might have been pickle juice. We'll see. But man, he's really been just electric. He does not go down on the first contact, and because of that, he's had some amazing outside runs that have gotten him to the end zone.
That looked like almost a backwards pass, and it goes and hits the turf. If it was a backwards pass, that could have been picked up off the bounce.
I was going to say, yeah.
The official must have deemed it was forward. So, well, that's the first lead of the game for the Raft River Trojans. The 2-point conversion's no good, but they do lead 42-36 over Grace, the first time in the ball game here in the fourth quarter. I want to thank our sponsors. We're here with just over 9 minutes remaining in the ball game. AMI Supply, ATC Communications, Kelly Bearing and Steel Supply. Huge thanks to them as a power booster. As we were talking a little earlier, the sun has gone down and you start to feel the cool air sneaking in to the atmosphere. Every once in a while we get a warm breeze and then the cold air right behind it. And right now it's the cold air up here on top of the press box.
Yeah, and with the smoky night as well, we don't have any stars out, no moon. It's just, the only light is coming from this football field right now around us.
Yeah, not much. Just a little glow on the horizon behind us where the sun set, but not much. It is a dark night. If you're coming through Malta, you know where everybody's at. It's where the lights are on.
That's right.
9:34 left here in the ball game. Raft River up 42-36. We'll see if we see Chase Smith as Grace is going to get the ball back here on the kickoff. They kick again. That one's straight at, right down the middle. Taken by number 9 on the return. He's going to get out across the 30 to the 32 or 33. It'll be 1st and 10 from there. Good tackle by Chase Bowden. Return man was Bryant Moss.
Yeah, still not seeing Smith. He's still pacing the sideline. Like you said, maybe just seeing as he stops and turns, is there anything left back that he could be risking out on the field?
Another player over there on his back, getting those calves stretched out for Grace. You know, we saw some of that last week too in the first game in week 0 that we did, some cramping from teams. Rolling right. Back across the middle, no chance there. Just in double coverage was Moss, and not Randy Moss, Bryant Moss. So it falls incomplete.
And this offense is just so different without Chase Smith, because on a play like that, you know, you still attract 2 or 3 interior linemen, linebackers, because if Smith is in the backfield, you have to try to stop the middle. But with him out, there really hasn't been a lot of effective running game.
Yeah, not as much of a threat for sure in the backfield. Rolling back, in trouble. Gets it away, caught but hit immediately. Gain a couple yards, but a big hit. Put on number 6, Derek Hill. McCoy Spencer doing it on the defensive side as well. Now it's 3rd and 8. Back in the gun is Draper. He's got 3 wideouts to his left and 1 to the near side. Rolling left. Looking downfield. He's got a man. 1st down. And more out to the 46-yard line. 1st and 10 for Grace. Another nicely thrown ball by Draper. Devin Barnes with the tackle after the catch. 8:34 left in the ball game. Ball sitting at the 47-yard line of Grace. 1st and 10. Rolling right. Caught underneath. Lots of room to run. And then slipped as he tried to cut back inside, but picks up another first down, does Bryant Moss.
And number 10, Bryant Jensen, I want to give him a shout out on that play because he absolutely could have done a crack block that we saw given a 15-yard penalty earlier in the game. And he did what we were talking about earlier. He just kind of got in the way. And at this point in the game, very critical that you don't commit those types of penalties.
Yeah, those are drive killers, and especially after a big gain. Draper looking to the sideline for the play call. He relays it to his receivers. Guy's back in the backfield, now a man in motion. Backwards pass to number 10. On the run is Bryant Jensen, and Jensen picks up maybe a half yard.
And as it's been tonight, Kai Ward, open field tackles, it's just attributed with him. Very rarely has he been beat anywhere outside.
Yeah, and I can't think of a time in this ball game that he's missed a tackle either. He's been pretty solid defensively. When he's been there, he's brought his man down as needed. So 2nd and 9 now, and there the wind picks up. If you can hear that in our mics. Draper back to pass, pressure in his face, he gets away. Now he throws downfield, and it was back inside. The ball was intended for number 10, Bryant Jensen, but it went back inside too far.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to that exact same play because they definitely had something there.
Yeah, they had him downfield. It's just the ball went inside instead of outside. And Draper getting the call. And Draper back in the gun again. Back to pass. Now he rolls left, in trouble. Gets rid of it. They might have intentional grounding there. I don't know. Is there anybody close? I don't see any flags yet. Nope, they're going to say 4th down.
I wonder if they attribute that to he's falling down.
Getting pulled down, couldn't get enough on it.
Because there was nobody around.
Yeah. And I don't know the exact wording of the rule in high school, but I know there's not a pocket scenario, and I don't know if it has to be within a certain range of an intended receiver, but there was nobody within 15 yards of that ball, except for linemen that were ineligible.
Right.
And there's only 3 of those guys typically that aren't eligible, so. Back to pass again. Draper rushed again. Draper downfield through the hands. That would have been a tough catch. A bullet from Draper intended for Bryant Moss. And a turnover on downs. So a big 4th down stop. 1st and 10 for Raft River with the lead. 7:14 left in the ball game. Raft River hanging on to a 6-point lead. And again, it's kind of surprising. Smith didn't take any offensive play on that series. He's on the sideline the entire time. Handoff this time inside. Not sure who the ball carrier is. Little to no gain, though, on the carry.
I do see the trainer or coach, whoever it is that's working with Smith right now, working with him again, maybe trying to get him ready to get back in this game. They need him desperately out there.
That was Blake Tracy on the carry. Yeah, and maybe some gamesmanship there, a little thinking, hey, we'll see what happens on this drive. We got time. We can get you in for the next one if we can keep stretching you. Timeout taken by Raft River. First, I believe, of the second half. 6:39 left in the 4th quarter. Gonna take a little break, step away. This is Magic Valley Game Night on IdahoSports.com.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they...
Welcome back with the snap, and of course a flag right off the bat. I don't know if we're going to have a false start or what. Yep, we do. False start against Raft River. Somebody took off early. So 5 yards on the penalty. It'll bring now 2nd and 15, all the way back at the 37-yard line. .6:38 on the clock. Here in the fourth quarter, Raft River, you know, they need to put it together a nice drive here. You'd love to get some points, but they need to take some time off the clock if they can.
Absolutely.
You go up, if you can take off 3 or 4 minutes, go up 2 scores, you give yourself a great chance to win this ball game. Back to pass. Another flag comes in from that far side judge. Are we going to have another false start? I don't know if there's a receiver leaving early. Yep, false start against Raft River again.
Yeah, I didn't see that one, but it could have been, it must have been one of the receivers, because if we didn't see it.
I think it was number 24 who was on that far sideline, Chase Bowden, and he came off the field kind of with his hands up a little bit like, what did I do? Under center, handoff, Kai Ward. Kai Ward trying to get rid of those penalties right away. Kai Ward, it's a track meet. Kai Ward's gonna win. Touchdown, Kai Ward. A 69-yard touchdown run, his 4th or 5th of the ball game. And now it's a 2-score game. I talked about running time off the clock. Kai Ward said, well, how about 10 seconds while I run to the end zone?
Yeah, it's what he's done all night. Every single time that he has been able to get outside of the tackles, he has been off to the races. He's had a couple hard-nosed runs up the middle, but once he's able to get to that second level, he just goes to the outside and he uses his track speed to end up in the end zone every single time.
They'll go for 2 here, as they've done all night. Man in motion. Spencer back to pass. Right across the middle, read perfectly, and knocked down incomplete. No good, but it's 48-36, a 2-score lead for the Raft River Trojans.
The score is 48-36. 48-36.
They never led until the fourth quarter, and now they've got a 2-score lead. 6:24 left in the fourth. The Trojans had a tough season last year. They went 2-7. They're looking to start the season 1-0 against a state quality, a playoff quality Grace team who just throttled Oakley last week, 50-8.
And you know, I'd look for something a little fishy here because Kai Ward is kicking right now.
Yeah, and it's been Ruger who's been doing most of the kicking. It is a weird spiral kick that gets out of bounds at the 30. So another procedure penalty.
I don't really know what it was that I thought maybe they would use the open field and have him try to race for his own onside kick, and just put this game on ice completely. But
Maybe Ruger Ward's legs tired from all the kickoffs he's had
You
to
know,
do.
actually, now that you say that, I did see Kai stretching someone's calf out earlier. This was maybe like last possession during a timeout or a break or something, and that could have been Reuter.
Still no Smith on the field. Back to pass. Draper. Draper back across the middle. That would have been a spectacular catch, but it falls incomplete. Number 12 got his hands on it, Cooper Anderson, but when he hit the ground, it came free. And if this is just cramping from Smith, I'm shocked that he's not coming onto the field. I mean, 6:14 left, you're down 2 scores. Of course, if you think of it this way, for Grace, their goal, you have to beat Butte County.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, really, that's it. You're going to get into the playoffs more than likely if you beat Butte County. So maybe not as much meaning in this game for them as there is for Raft River. Back to pass. Draper lets it fly. It ends up short and dropped. Again, that was intended for number 6, Derek Hill. And again, Tracy right in the area with him.
And Smith has just been pacing from about 30 to 30 for the last, I don't know, 15 minutes or so. And so there has got to be some type of discomfort that he's having, because we haven't seen him really run at all. It's just been walking back and forth. I saw him do some choppy, quick steps for about 10 seconds or 15 seconds or so, and then met with the coach or the trainer, whoever it was that was stretching him out a couple times throughout that duration. But for the most part, it's just been back and forth walking, something discomfort over there.
Rolling left. Draper now looking down the middle of the field. Has his man, missed him. Led him too far. It was intended for number 10, Bryant Jensen. And just like that, it's 4th and 10. And interesting to see the offense kind of come to a stall a little bit. You know, Draper's been on the money with all his throws, but now he's been called on to throw it consistently. He doesn't have Smith there to mix things up, and it's not gone well these last couple of possessions. Draper takes it, rolling right, flags fly, false start, so it's going to be 4th and 15 now.
You have to imagine if Raft River can get a stop here, the Trojans are going to be in a very good place to win this ball game.
Yeah, about 5 minutes left. Five minutes left on the clock. 4th and 15. And Draper back there, 3 guys, 3 wideouts to his right. Now he's going to step up in the middle, in the pocket, looking downfield, lays it up. It's going to be overthrown, though. Nice looking ball, but Bryant Moss wasn't able to run under it, and that's a turnover on downs. 4th down and 15. That was from the 30. So now Raft River in charge with 5 minutes left in this ball game. 5:51 technically on the clock, and they got it 1st and 10 here with a 2-score lead. Now it's ball control. No dumb turnovers, hold on to the football, and you're on your way to a 1-0 start to the season.
Yeah, Raft River really they've really impressed me from the beginning of this ball game, because it was not going their way the first couple possessions. A little bit of unlucky, a little bit of grace, just having that game under their belt, and they've responded in an amazing way.
Yeah, they didn't let that early 2-score lead from Grace get to them. Hand off to number 10, Ruger Ward. He falls forward for a yard or two. Be 2nd and 9. And then they responded back, kept it close, down a couple of scores a couple of times, and then fought their way back into it and finally took the lead in the fourth quarter. And now with the clock running, they're able to put the ball on the ground. The clock will run and knock a little more time down. Back to the line of scrimmage come the Trojans. It's Kai Ward, the deep back. He gets the pitch. He gets hit and stood up, but he'll go down. He'll actually lose a little bit. Maybe that looks like they're going to give him line of scrimmage. So it'll be 3rd down and 9, but the clock continues to run. Well, I tell you what, this game for Raft River might stir up the rankings a little bit going into next week. Spencer rolling, looking downfield for the home run ball, off the hands, incomplete. It was a little bit behind the intended receiver, number 11, Ren Udy. They tried to sneak him downfield and just missed him. And this time a cramp for one of the Raft River players down there.
I can't tell which
teammates watching him flop around a little bit. I can't tell.
It's
one of the linemen.
It's number 42,
yeah.
Kaylor Hansen.
Yeah. Rolling out. It's a foot race here. Now he lets go of it, up in the air. It's caught for a first down. Great play from Spencer. I thought it was going to be a straight bootleg, and then he had a receiver come open, just threw it up over the top for a first down to number 12, Devin Barnes.
And if McCoy Spencer did not have Kai Ward as a teammate, he would definitely be a leading candidate for the player of the game tonight. But
well, and he's still right there. I mean, you think about Kai Ward, it's hard not to give it to him with all the touchdowns he scored, but Spencer defensively and offensively has made some big plays in this game. Handoff up the middle to number 10, Ruger Ward. No gain. And more Grizzlies on the ground. Now they're up. Spencer all the way to the near sideline for the call from their head coach.
And Spencer, as he comes over, not limping, but a little bit more gimpy. I think he's, as this game is starting to wear on, he's starting to feel all the hits he's taken from Chase Smith on the other side of the ball, and also several of the other Grace ball carriers, and then all the hits he's taken on the offensive side of the ball as well. It's been a great night for him, but he's taken a lot of hits.
Yeah, and it's been a long game. We're going on 2.5 hours now. 3 minutes, 16 seconds left in the ball game. 2nd and 10. 48-36, Raft River on top. I want to thank AMI Supply, providing agricultural and industrial equipment and tools for the Burley area. Their friendly staff will help you find the tools you need for any project, and they guarantee you'll be satisfied with their service. Call them today, 208-678-4632, or stop in at 719 Overland Avenue in Burley. And ATC Communications is a family-owned internet and phone company that has served Idaho communities for over 90 years. They're proud supporters of their local schools and want to wish the Raft River boys good luck. Well, after the timeout, Raft River and Grace back out onto the field. And it's 2nd and 10. Handoff goes to Ruger Ward around the right side. He's going to gain about 3 yards. Clock continues to run. It'll be 3rd and 7 coming up. are happy to let that go and continue to run on the clock. Taking a look, Raft River, of course, in their conference, the 2A Snake River Conference, they've got Glenns Ferry, Hagerman, a good Hagerman team. They got Murtaugh, who's always right there in the mix, Valley, and Oakley. And if last week was any indication, Raft River has a hand up on Oakley. Oh, and Ruger, I think that was Ruger on the run. Kind of got tripped up and went down. It'll be fourth and 7. Clock still running. 2 minutes, 15 seconds on the clock. On the other side of things, Grace just has Butte County in their conference. That in the 2A High Desert Conference. 2 minutes, 9 seconds where the clock is stopped officially. So Raft River, they'll play Notice next week. Of course, Notice over in the Boise area. Then they face Oakley in Oakley. That's going to be tough. Even with an Oakley team that's down maybe a little bit this year, that's still a tough place to go and win. And then, of course, they'll face Murtaugh at home, Glenns Ferry on the road, Butte County on the road in a non-conference matchup, then Valley at Valley, and then they get Hagerman at home. And that bodes well for Raft River to at least face the Pirates of Hagerman here at home.
Well, I mean, not making too many way too soon early predictions, but that could end up being a very, very critical game for playoff seeding and for the conference title should what we've seen tonight and what we've expected from Hagerman in the past to come into play.
So 4th and 7, it's Spencer under center. He turns, hands off to Kai Ward. Kai Ward breaking tackles, Kai Ward touchdown. He will not go down on first contact. You better have 2 guys there or Kai Ward will be in the end zone the next time you see him. He goes in again. On a 4th and 7, Kai Ward puts it into the end zone once again. And it's now 54-36. 4 straight touchdowns for Raft River to give them this lead. Unanswered touchdowns. 2-point conversion. Spencer rolling, throwing, somehow got it there. That ball was in the air forever, and it got there for the 2-point conversion.
And that was number 24, Chase Bowden. He's had an eventful night on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
And some has been in his favor, some has not, and it's good to see him kind of finish the game with a good 2-point conversion as he luckily didn't get nailed on that play. Spencer kind of hung him out to dry, but it ended up working out in their favor.
56-36. 2-point conversions get good. Just a couple minutes left on the clock. It looks like this one has been sealed up by the Raft River Trojans. And number 33, Kai Ward. Just a monster night for him. Most of them on the ground, but he did catch a pass.
If that's what we call it.
On an underhand scoop on a broken play that he went about 45 yards for a touchdown on.
Not to mention all the work he's done on defense as well.
Yeah, he has made some big hits, some good stops from his linebacker position.
And I don't know if his night is over, but if I was his coach, I think I'd let him sit down for a little bit.
Well, and I don't know. We don't see their faces too often, but I haven't seen one smile from Kai Ward. He's been all business tonight. Ruger out there to kick this time. Kai Ward is off the field. Nice kick by Ruger. Picked up at about the 15. Big hit over there. And then dropped at the 33-yard line. Bryant Moss with the return out to the 32-yard line. Whitaker with the tackle for the Trojan. 1:55 on the clock. And Draper back in the gun once again. Over the middle, wide open, and dropped. That pass was to Bryant Jensen. He was wide open, hit him in the hands, and he dropped it.
It's kind of been that fourth. You probably were going to say that it's kind of been that's the fourth quarter for Grace. It's just an almost, but not quite on so many different plays on offense and on defense.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was thinking is up until the fourth quarter, they were just firing on all cylinders. Smith went out. I know that had something to do with it, the change in the offense. But still, you got to find a way to make it happen. And nice defensive play by Ruger Ward there, knocking that away from the intended receiver, Cade Kimball, the freshman, out onto the field. There just hasn't been the run threat from Grace, and because of that, Raft River's been able to key on the pass a little bit more. That ball thrown to the outside again as Draper was under a little pressure. Fourth down, just like that. Fourth and 10 from the 32. Minute 38 on the clock. Down the field, well overthrown everybody. Yeah, they're going to get a flag come in. There's no such thing as an uncatchable pass in high school football. And Cade Kimball took a shove at about the 35, well before the ball got there, and that'll draw the flag. So it'll keep the drive alive here momentarily for the Grace Grizzlies. Out to the 42, 43-yard line now. Excuse me, 47-yard line.
I just saw Draper tell Kimball to go deep. We'll see if it happens on this play.
They'll go again, back to pass. He's got time, steps up, lets it fly. Nice throw off the hands of Cade Kimball. Again, he's had guys open. He's got hit guys in the hands. They haven't been able to pull it in. Kimball frustrated with himself.
Yeah, and as a freshman, you want to make a big impact.
Yeah.
You get a shot here in the fourth quarter of a game, and he'll have plenty more opportunities to get through it. Learning opportunity there.
2nd and 10, back to pass, Draper. This time he goes long again. Plenty of contact well before. Flag on the play. Will be another pass interference call. Good tackle, though. Blake Tracy, all kinds of contact on Derek Hill. But, Tracy has done a phenomenal job on Hill all night long. He's knocked down multiple passes. He's always been right there. And if you're going to take a penalty, that's not a bad spot to do it in this game where it's almost meaningless.
And we don't have the height and weight on the Raft River players. But Hill is at 6 foot, and I would say
5'7".
There's got to be at least a 3, 4, maybe 5-inch difference, and he's gotten his hands in, just like you said, over and over again.
Yeah, he stayed right with him. Off the hands of the intended receiver, Moss, and 2nd and 10 now. We've got to be, I'm guessing, under a minute left now in the ball game. Though with these incomplete passes, the clock, not much clock runs usually.
Right.
2nd and 10. Back to pass again. Draper steps up, lets it fly, and it'll be out of bounds. It was Bryant Moss. Oh, Still over a minute left, 1:08, so not a whole lot of time's come off at all. 3rd and 10 now. Tell you what, 3 incomplete passes and then a pass interference. Doesn't run a lot of clock off time off the clock, and you move down the field 15 yards at a time. So imagine if those pass interference were spot penalties. Back to pass again. Draper, this time caught by number 10, Bryant Jensen. Still on the move, and then picks up the first down to near the 20. So 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line. 56 seconds on the clock. Back to pass, stepping up. Down the middle, he's got a receiver. Touchdown, number 22 with the catch. That is Parker Yost, the big 6'5" junior, 195 pounds. So Grace moves down the field. It's 56-42 now, 14-point game. Not completely out of it, but not far off. Two-point conversion, no good. Knocked away out of the hands of Bryant Jensen, and so it'll stay 14. And really, now Raft River with the ball in their hands just has to run a couple of plays and the clock will run out, other than if Grace decides to take some timeouts. A reminder to you, we've talked about it a little bit, but the player of the game tonight is going to be brought to you by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety, reminding you to always keep your head in the game, whether you're on the field or on the road. Be in the moment and free from distraction. And I don't think there's much question after that last touchdown run by Kai Ward. He's got to be our IdahoSports.com player of the game. Number 33, Kai Ward. Of course, the player of the game again brought to you by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety, reminding you to always keep your head in the game, whether you're on the field or the road. Be in the moment and free from distraction. I don't think there was much at all distracting Kai Ward tonight. He was focused from the opening kickoff, and he has run his team to a 1-0 start in the season.
Yeah, as you said, we don't typically see the players' faces very often, but he comes over to get a drink a lot, and he always takes off his helmet to do so.
Onside kick covered by Raft River.
Yeah, he always takes his helmet off, and so we have a very good visual of him every single time, and especially after his long touchdown runs. He walks over by himself from the end zone to the bench. He has a personal water boy that comes up every single time and hits him with his water, gives him a fist bump, and then he goes right back to his team after that. And it's not much more than just from point A to point B for Kai Ward.
Yeah, and right now you've seen him a lot next to his teammate Blake Tracy down there. Of course, Tracy and Ward, both seniors, down there together chatting about the game. The lefty freshman, I don't think so. I think that's a trap. No, they're going to say that's a caught ball. Wow, what a catch. I thought there was no way he caught that, but he got his hands underneath it. Great interception there by Derek Hill. The lefty quarterback got hit. That's number 9, Justin Tracy, the sophomore, had come in relief.
Yeah, Tracy won't like that on his stats.
Yeah.
I don't know.
0 for 1 with 1 interception.
You know, I was watching the University of Utah Southern Utah game yesterday, and highly recruited 5-star or 4-star recruit Isaac Wilson, first throw, interception as well. So, you know, it happens even to the best of them.
Yeah. Back to pass. Draper flushed out of the pocket. He's on the run. Let's go of it to the sideline and incomplete. 32 seconds left on the clock, 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. 56-42. That was there were 4 unanswered touchdowns by Raft River, and that last touchdown from Grace broke that finally. But still, they find themselves down 14 here with just 32 seconds left. Draper down the field. That's going to be intercepted. No, he dropped it. That was a good effort there. Devin Barnes for Raft River. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now with about 28 seconds left. .24 seconds left officially. Third and 10, 24 seconds. Dumped it off short, it's caught. And then Spencer runs him out of bounds after a first down. 17 seconds on the clock. That was Bryant Moss with the reception. First down to the 41-yard line. 17 seconds on the clock here in the 4th. Raft River gonna start their season 1-0. Back to pass. Across the middle, big hit, incomplete. Hey, guess who laid the hit? Kai Ward.
I've also noticed the student section has a specific chant for Kai Ward. This is obviously not a new thing for Raft River fans to see him dominating on the football field.
And a flag coming. I think that's going to be a sideline warning or probably an unsportsmanlike penalty against the Grace head coach. It is unsportsmanlike. He probably didn't like that last hit from Kai Ward. I don't blame him. It was a big hit, but it wasn't late. It was on time. And so, at least from my vantage point, it was right as the ball got there. Now, Kai Ward did come up with a big, emphatic, incomplete sign towards the Grace sideline. Maybe that's what drew the ire of the head coach over there from Grace.
You know, and you see that a lot of the time when in wrong situations where the player does the incomplete sign after the ball was dropped by somebody.
Yeah.
So it was a warranted one, but like you said, directed towards the sideline, maybe not the greatest choice.
Draper leaves it short. 5 seconds, I believe, on the clock is what I heard. And Raft River student section fired up as they've gone 1-0. And you can see some excitement down there on the sideline from the players, too, giving each other fist bumps. A little antsy there to get onto the field and celebrate this win against a very good Grace team. 3rd and about 25. The clock ran out, play's still live. They go deep, and it's picked off.
By who else?
Kai Ward. And that's the ball game. Kai Ward intercepted it, a fitting way to end the game for the IdahoSports.com player of the game. And there finally you see some happiness on the face of Kai Ward. Not a lot, though.
It was a little bit of a smile and then a lot of big fist bumps.
Yep. All right, we're going to step away for a quick break. We'll come back with a final wrap-up. This is IdahoSports.com. Raft River Trojans win at home 56-42 over the Grace Grizzlies. We'll be right back.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Ads like this keep popping up. But I see through the hype, because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is.
Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
Welcome back as we've gone final. Our final score, Raft River 56, Grace 42. Once again, our IdahoSports.com player of the game tonight is brought to you by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety, reminding you to always keep your head in the game, whether you're on the field or the road. Be in the moment and free from distractions. Kai Ward, we already talked about it, number 33. He had five rushing touchdowns, plus the kind of... He caught one that he ran for 50 yards after a broken play. So 6 total touchdowns for Kai Ward. Who knows how many tackles? We were thinking maybe 15 tackles on defense, plus the game-sealing interception over there as the time expired. So just an overall massive night for Kai Ward, number 33, the senior for this Raft River team, and a huge win for them against a very good Grace team. Well, that is going to do it for us tonight. This has been an IdahoSports.com game stream production of Magic Valley Game Night, presented by Project Filter, Valleywide Cooperative, and the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. Additional coverage on IdahoSports.com is brought to you by our great power boosters, AMI Supply, as well as Kelly Bearings and Steel Supply, both out of Burley. And a huge thanks to ATC Communications as well, one of our local sponsors, along with AMI Supply. This broadcast, a huge thanks to the administration here, athletic director, the principal, got us all set up here tonight. And huge thanks to everybody really here running things, bringing us some halftime food too. We really appreciate it. Love coming here to Raft River to do some games. So for everyone here in the hospitality that we felt, we appreciate it. Congratulations again to our IdahoSports.com player of the game, presented by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. That's Kai Ward. And thanks again to you for joining us as the Raft River Trojans defeat the Grace Grizzlies by a score of 56-42. For my broadcast partner, Dallin Fryer, and everyone else behind the scenes at IdahoSports.com, I'm Lauren Jensen. Have a great, safe night. We'll see you next week.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com Game Streams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the expressed written consent of IdahoSports.com is strictly prohibited.